When you start living with the end in mind, everything starts to change. What are people going to say about you? What message is your life going to speak when you're long gone? Because you weren't born by accident. You didn't just happen to be where you're at and happen to watch this video. There is always a reason.
What's up, guys? What's up? Hey, it's the first time I'm going live on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time. So I didn't take into account that my camera is going to be reverse on Instagram. So I'm getting you to look at my screen, and we're doing Inception right now on Instagram. So what's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? It's on 2022. We're doing it new. Super pumped, super excited for this morning because this is a new wave. This is a new wave of what we're doing, of what God is doing and what I'm doing with him. So, what's up, Facebook? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Saj, Lashana, Lizzie? Great to have you here. What's up, Crystal, Shilpa, Millen, Harish, Bella? Good to see you guys here. Daniel, what's up? We got a few here on Instagram. It's quite different on Instagram to Facebook, but here we go. So my goal for this morning is actually to give you a little bit of a rock up. You know, some people would like to say it's a swift kick up the behind. But I just want to encourage you and exhort you to move this year. So my biggest passion is actually to mobilize people, to mobilize them into their God-given assignment, into their God-given purpose, to help people step in alignment. And once you're in alignment, everything falls into place. So if you look at most of the content that I've been putting out over the last year, that's what I am moving into. I don't understand in many ways why Christians or believers don't take action or don't align with the kingdom. I never understood that for a long time, but now more and more I understand it's because we have not had good teaching or training on that. We have trained people to be good Christians. We have not trained people to step into their God assignment. You know, so before I go even further into this, I want to tell you that you have a specific God assignment that nobody else can do. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what your story is. God is bigger than all of that. Now, if you have been churched, if you have been trained in churchianity and trained in following a pattern that some other man has set for you, then some of what I'm going to say might challenge you, might mess with you, might trigger you, but it's probably something you need to hear, right? Because what God has for you is very important, and the religious stuff that we have learned needs to fall off, especially now, 2022, right? 2020 was crazy. 2021 was crazier. 2022 is going to be bumpy. And that's not me prophesying something bad. These are facts. It's going to be bumpy. And what you need to understand is your Father in heaven is allowing it to be this way. And he is allowing it to be this way because he is raising up a generation that are not going to walk to the pattern of this world. You can be Christian and walk to the pattern of this world. I've met many people that are Christian, but the way they live is the same. And I don't mean religious stuff. Like, I'm not hung up on sin and you should try and be a good boy. And no. I mean, your life has no impact on the kingdom of God. This is what I mean. What I mean is you could be Christian and have a job like you would without God, have a marriage like you would without God, have a lifestyle like you would without God, right? So you're not living in Christ. You're not walking in the kingdom mandate. You could do that your whole life. I've met many people like that. They will claim they're saved. They have salvation, but their life on this planet has no reward. It's not expanding the kingdom. So as I start to do these lives every week, and I start to come at you with truth, as I start to coach you on whatever capacity you let me, I am going to shake some of your current paradigms. So even before I go in here, I have to give this preface that God is not separate. He's not separate from your marriage. He's not separate from your body. You know how many Christian people don't care about their body? Like, if you are not thinking about what you eat, how much you eat, right? If you're not thinking about whether you exercise, do you honor God with your body? If you're not thinking about these things, there is a problem, because God is interested in everything. But what I've seen is a lot of people have a Sunday life. They have a churchy life. They have a religious language. They don't even know how to speak proper English. You know, when people say things like God knows the hearts and all this religious stuff. No, like this, what I am doing is probably not for you. Because what I'm doing is trying to mobilize you in your God assignment, and your religion is going to stop you from doing it. So what do I mean by that? I mean that God has put within you specific gifts, talents, divine design for a reason. Not your reason, for his reason. For his glory. He's done all of this. But most Christianity has a Sunday life and then a Monday to Saturday life. And they come up with all these answers in their own head and produce nothing. So this year, I am being called to do publicly what I've been doing not so publicly for the last 5-6 years. So here I am. Welcome. Hello. I am Joseph Wilson. You will find me at iamjosephwilson.com. I am 36 years old, happily married to Kirsten, who you're probably going to meet one day. I love her. She's a gift from God to me. We have 3 beautiful children, Adele, Zaya, and Nia. I live in Auckland, New Zealand. And the 2 things I am doing right now is I coach people to move into their God assignments, and I am building a discipleship crew that's going to go all around the world. These are 2 things. But everything that I do, I like to market with real talk, telling the truth, because at the truth is the freedom. And I like to really see how God moves in people's lives. Not religious stuff, not Christianese. We don't play those games, like real talk. So here we go. Let's get into it. That was me framing up what I'm about to frame up for you, okay? So stay with me. I guarantee you, if you walk with me the next 3 months, a lot's going to shift for your life. So let's start here. Number 1, we got to tell the truth. We need to learn to tell the truth. So right now, if you can get a piece of paper, get a pen, get a piece of paper, so that we can start to do a bit of practical movement, some practical exercises, okay? So get yourself a pen and some paper. All right. So telling the truth. What are we now? We are Jan 20th here, 19th here in Auckland, right? So probably 18th in America. Are you telling yourself the truth this year, or are you still running? Are you telling yourself the truth this year, or are you still running? A lot of people love to spiritualize everything and not tell the truth. So what do I mean by that? Did you tell yourself the truth about last year? What happened for you last year? Did you freak out last year? Did things go crazy last year? Did you actually get sucked into the propaganda? Did you get sucked into the world's agenda? What happened last year? You need to tell the truth. Whenever we talk about framing up 2022, framing up a new year, if you don't confront the previous year, if you don't take account for the previous year, you can't move into the new year without the damage. So what we want to do right now, and you should write this down, tell yourself the truth. What happened last year? Did you get sucked into all the drama with the vaccine stuff, the things that are going on in media? Did you get sucked in? Did some drama unfold in your house? Did you have fights with your family? Did you break relationships? What happened last year? You need to tell the truth. What did you do with your body last year? Did you hit your goals last year? Did you lose the weight you wanted to lose last year? You got to tell the truth. I know it's uncomfortable, but this truth is going to lead you to freedom. What happened for you last year? What did you accomplish last year? I know God loves you, but what happened with his love? Did you do anything? From January last year to December, did you do anything? Did you fix anything? Did any relationships get better? Did your life get better? Did you start to do anything that God called you to do last year? Some of you that are here in the comments here on Facebook, why don't you put that? Let me know. I want to know what happened for you last year. And Instagram, there are a few of you here. Let me know what happened for you last year. I want to know, okay? Because we got to tell the truth. If you don't know how to tell the truth, you're missing out on freedom. You're missing out on the breakthrough. Learning how to tell the truth is huge. You know, we all know the scripture, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. Well, that truth, knowing that truth, right? That word know, gnosko, knowing that truth. You want to be able to interact with truth. So we want to take stock. What happened last year? Tell the truth, right? Ownership, responsibility. Do you take ownership? Or are you going to blame COVID, media, vax, my boss, God? I've met people that blame God. They don't accept that they blame God, but they live their life blaming God every day. Will you take ownership? Will you take responsibility that you made choices? And some of the choices that you made were not good. Will you take responsibility that you got sucked into drama? Will you take responsibility that last year you actually did not engage the things that God was calling you to because of this world and this realm? It sucked you in. Will you be honest? Let's see if someone will be honest in the comments. Let's see if someone will be honest. Let me know. This is a very important part of transformation, of breakthrough. Can I tell you that Christianity has trained us for a breakthrough we'll never receive? Like some people think that they have to get breakthrough once every 3 years or once every year or, 2 breakthroughs a year or something like that. What if I told you that God has designed breakthrough to be your norm? Your norm. And the last thing, understanding choices. Do you understand that last year, all of the choices you made have brought you here? Do you understand that? All of the choices you made have brought you here. Some of you, you're in a great place and you're about to go to greater, from glory to glory, strength to strength. Some of you made some poor choices, but you still won't take responsibility. You still want to blame your wife, your mom, your dad, your cousin, your auntie, your prime minister. Can I tell you, I don't know what's happening in your nation, but if you are in the kingdom, you have a different king. If you have a king that's like Jesus, you have different laws, you have a different constitution. Do you understand? If you're a believer, you live from a different world. So it doesn't matter what's happening in your earthly nation. You have a different world. You have a different king with a different kingdom and a different constitution. Are you going to choose that this year? Because chances are you didn't choose that last year. I watched a lot of people sacrifice their purpose and calling last year. The year before, I watched it begin, but last year I saw many people let go of their purpose and their calling because they were still stuck in religion. You got to understand what I'm saying. If you don't have fruit in your life, there is a problem. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you need to realign. It just means you need to realign. It doesn't mean you're useless or you're bad or there's no hope for you. No. It just means you need to realign. But if you don't tell the truth, you won't see your need for alignment. If you don't see your need for alignment, you are left out. And you will be wondering why God is not moving in your life. And the whole time God is like, why aren't you lining up? I set it all up for you. Why aren't you lining up? So you got to learn to tell the truth. You got to take ownership, responsibility, and understand the power of choices. This is a daily thing, my friend. A daily thing. Every choice that I make has a consequence. And this consequence is either taking me towards my divine purpose or taking me away from it. When you understand that, you start making powerful choices. You start making good choices, better choices, godly choices. All right? So we start here. That's number. So you want to write these things down. This should become a normal thing for you. Telling the truth, taking ownership, understanding choices. A normal thing. Some people ended up in relationships that weren't even for them, but because they didn't spend time going deeper on their assignment, on their purpose, they make decisions just on their feelings. Can I tell you that your feelings aren't always accurate? In fact, they're mostly not accurate. Your feelings were designed to serve you. You weren't designed to serve your feelings. So if you've never trained in that, if you have never trained yourself to use your feelings for the benefit that God created them for, you are now a slave to your feelings. That means when you feel like doing something, you do it. When you don't feel like something, you don't do it. Your life is at the mercy of your outside circumstances. Very challenging, right? So these three things, you want these three things. Boom. So number one thing, if you want to see change in 2022, and everybody is going to cry about this for sure. You know, we have about like 40, 45 people watching live on Facebook. We got like 4 or 5 people here on Insta. All right, so there's about 50 people watching me right now. And probably this video will be watched by another couple of hundred, right? So let's say 300-400 people. Out of the 400 people, right, at least, maybe more, out of the 400 people that are watching this, what percentage do you think are actually going to have an amazing 2022? What percentage? Give me a guess. What percentage do you think are actually going to see a shift? Let's see if I can get a couple of guesses here in the comments. Because this fact, I need you to understand this fact. So let's see if I can get some. There's a bit of a lag, so I'm just waiting. Hit me with a percentage. 5% on Instagram. Yes? 5% sounds about right. What else? Give me a percentage. 3%? Sounds about right. 3%? What else? 10%? Margot has faith. 10%? Neil, 5 to 10%. Yep. Jasmine, 3%. Astra, 5%. Come on, give me 1 or 2 more. What percent do you think? You need to get this. You see, I made a mistake, and I don't want to say I made a mistake. I had a wrong understanding 3, 4, 5 years ago when I began this journey, when I was taking what I was doing offline and bringing it online. I had a wrong understanding. I trained, like God trained me in this, what I'm about to tell you, that you need to understand. Because if you don't get this, as you journey, you will get sucked in to the crowd. All right, so on Facebook, we're seeing a lot of numbers here, 4%, 6%. One person thinks 60% are going to do it. High number, man. So I want to tell you here, I would agree with those of you that said somewhere between 3, maybe up to 10% max. I would agree. And the reason I think it's coming up to 10%, maybe 15%, is because there are more people like me coming online and talking about it. That's the only way this is going to increase. There are more people doing it. I have a community of people. We call the Royal Hybrids. We're doing all of this. So it's starting to spread. My friends are starting communities all around the world. It's starting to spread. But the percentage of people that will actually change their life this year is very, very low. So what does that mean? That means that when you're doing life this year, you cannot take advice from the majority. If the majority of people go this way, I almost certainly know that that is the wrong way to go. If the majority of people start crying about a certain thing, I almost certainly know that I should not be wasting any time on that thing. If the majority start fighting and dividing and separating over a certain thing, I almost certainly know that I should not be wasting my time because the majority is not going where I want to go. Where do you want to go this year? What do you want to do with your life this year? I'm asking you straight up questions because you don't even know if you're going to be alive in a month from now. People don't like this conversation, but listen to me. You don't know. You can't guarantee me that you're going to be here to see April, that you're going to be here to see March, that you're going to be here to see May and June. You can't guarantee me that. Why do we live like we can guarantee these things? One of the exercises I do with my clients is I do a dream exercise, and the dream exercise begins with, you have 6 months left on the planet. What are you going to do? And straight away, they're like, oh, 6 months. Like they've been living like they have 60 years. Who guaranteed you the 60 years? Who? Nobody. Are you getting what I'm saying? And so then this question of, well, what do you want this year? What are you going to do this year? Does your life matter? Is now on you, not on God, because he gave you everything you will ever need. God has already set you up for victory. And I don't mean religion. I don't mean your denomination, that kind of Christianese. I'm talking about the real truth that you can find in the book, in the word, right? So the first thing that's got to change is your actions. You can't do what you did last year and get something new today. You can't hang out with the same people you did last year and have a new way of life this year. You can't subscribe to the same actions, eat the same cake, and be lazy with your body, spend your time on Netflix and spend your time on a crazy programming and think you're going to have a breakthrough year. Your actions have to change. You can't be in the same broken, toxic relationship and think you're going to walk in freedom. You can't go to the same church. Yes, I said it. People don't like to talk about this. I don't know why. But if you are in a church, in a group, in a gathering of people that does not help you mature and grow and you're not changing, you need to move. I don't need you to come do anything with me, but I need you to move to where God is taking you so that you can grow. Your actions have to change. You can't do what you've always done and get something new. So that's number one, your actions. Are you going to change your actions this year? We're 19 days into January. There are people that have made all kinds of promises, and statistics show that by February 6th, everybody quits on their New Year resolution. Actions. What actions are you going to take this year? Now,
Hey guys, I just want to tell you about our Royal Hybrids group coaching program. Over a year ago, the Lord started speaking to me about a group of people, a tribe that would only get their value, their affirmation, that would only get their identity from who they are in God and nothing else. And from that place, they were going to do great things on the earth. In the last year, we have seen a whole bunch of people jump into our program, solidify themselves in their identity with God, and from that place start to engage their purpose. Fuse Life talks about the 6 trees: your spirit, your soul, your body, and then your relationships, your finances, and your purpose. We have seen a whole bunch of people come through this, get solidified in who they are, and then begin their own projects, whether it's a teen mums project, whether it's a coaching, counseling business, or a painting business, publishing your children's book, publishing a puzzle book. We have seen people do all of these kind of things, and we just know that this is just the beginning. So you want to go to www.fusebornformore.com/Royal Hybrid, or just click the link in the caption and make sure to check out what we are doing. We would love to have you as part of our tribe. Now, back to the podcast.
a lot of times people will try and change their actions, but they can do it for a certain amount of time and then they quit. Like if they want to lose weight, people start changing their actions and get on a diet. They get on a diet plan. Like those of you here on Facebook, you know what I'm saying. They get on a diet plan, right? And they start to follow this new way of training and a diet plan. And after 3 weeks, they quit. After 6 weeks, they quit because they tried to change their actions, but they did not change the thing that drives their actions. What drives their actions? Their beliefs. Their beliefs. Let me give you an example. Let us say that you love donuts. And I love donuts, by the way. I don't eat them as much as I'd like to, but I love donuts. Let's say you love donuts. And you know this year to lose that 5 kgs or 10 kgs, and I'm using this example because it's the easiest thing for all of us to understand, okay? Let's say you want to lose that 5 kgs or 10 kgs. You can't eat donuts every day, right? And keep overeating, doing all that, and lose that weight. So at some point, you have to start to control how many donuts you eat. And so people try and change their actions. I'm not going to eat donuts. I'm not going to eat sugar. I'm not going to eat that chocolate. I'm not going to eat that ice cream. They make these kind of plans in their diet, right? But their belief system is still the same. So let's say you had a belief system that was, man, I had a bad day. I'm having a rough time. I need some sugar because sugar makes me feel better. The donuts make me feel better. The chocolate makes me feel better. When nobody else is there for me, at least my ice cream is still there. And they start making it comfort food, comfort eating. You know what I'm saying? And when life is uncomfortable, I need some comfort. Where do I get my comfort from? From my ice cream. Because when I go to my freezer and pull my ice cream out, I have no questions. I don't have to answer to anybody. Where's my spoon? Get in that thing. Ha! How many of you know what I'm saying? So your belief system says to you, ice cream is going to make me feel better. Donuts are going to make me feel better. Sugar is going to make me feel better. But your actions are saying, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. It's only a matter of time before your belief system overrides your action and you jump off the diet. And this is where you see people say, oh, I fell off the wagon. You fell off the wagon because you try to get on the wagon with your actions, but you left your belief systems at home. If you want to get on a wagon of change, on a transformation train, on a complete radical shift launch plane on a rocket. You can't just change your actions. You must change your belief systems. This is why transformation is hard. This is why only a small proportion of people actually change, because they don't want to confront their beliefs. Will you confront your beliefs? Then there are some people who change their actions. They confront their beliefs, but they don't change the thing that drives the beliefs. What drives your beliefs? Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Every day you have somewhere from 6,000, some people say, all the way up to 90,000 thoughts. It's different depending on who's talking to you. But you have these thoughts going through your head, and these repeat thoughts create a belief system. And that belief system drives your actions in everything that you do. In everything that you do. So, let's say that you have a thought that nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares for me. Nobody checks up on me. I'm all alone. I'm always rejected. I was abandoned by my dad. I was abandoned by my mom. I was abandoned by my church. Nobody cares for me. No, that's in your thought pattern. I'm all alone. I have to fight for myself. That leads to a belief system of, I need to set up things to protect myself, to pleasure myself, to preserve myself, to provide for myself. I need to do things. I need to set things up for me. So if you have that kind of thought pattern, you might set a belief system of, whenever I have a bad day, I'm going to eat this food. That's why it's in my pantry. Whenever I have a bad day, I'm going to eat the ice cream. That's why it's in my freezer. Whenever I have a bad day, I'll go watch porn. That's why it's on my computer. And you have the belief system now that's set in place. Because on Monday, when you felt bad, you went and watched porn. On Tuesday, when you felt bad, you went and watched porn. On Thursday, when you felt bad, you went and watched porn. So what happens on Sunday? When you feel bad, what happens? You go straight to the porn. You don't even think about it. When you had a stressful day or you had a bad day, you went straight to the ice cream. On Thursday, you went to the ice cream. On Saturday, you went to the ice cream. What's going to happen on Sunday? You won't even think about it. You'll go straight to the ice cream. On Monday, you went to social media. On Wednesday, you went to social media. On Friday, you went to social media. Anytime life was bad, anytime life was hard, anytime things didn't work out, you went straight there. What do you think is going to happen on Sunday? You're going to go there without even thinking, because your thoughts create belief systems, and your belief systems drive your actions. Your thoughts are like sentences, paragraphs, and they make up a story, which is your belief system, like a story. And these stories will always drive your actions. That's why some of you on a Friday night, without even thinking, you need junk food, because you trained yourself to do that. Some of you on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, you feel really lonely. You're fine on Sunday, you're fine on Monday, but Saturday night, you're watching The Notebook, eating your ice cream, crying by yourself on a couch, because you trained yourself to do that. And what people do is they now blame God, like, oh, God should change my life. No, God has already given you all power and authority to change your situation. In the person of Jesus, in the resurrected you, in your new creation life, you have authority to change this. What are you going to do about it? So we need to change our thoughts to influence our beliefs, to then change our actions. If you only do one of these, your transformation will not last. If you only change your actions, your transformation will not last. If you change only your belief systems and your actions, your transformation will not last. We must do it at a thought level, at a belief system level, and then change our actions by default. So this year, I need you to think about how you think. I need you to catch your stories. Don't keep your old stories. We need to catch our stories. If you do these two, your actions are automatically going to be easier. Are you with me? If you're getting something from what I'm saying, let me know in the comments. We got some people on Facebook. Some of the Instagram guys have gone. But this is my first Insta live. So what's up, Instagram? We're going to do this. It's time for this to get a bit wider, right? So, thoughts. What's the deal with your thoughts, right? 3 things I want to leave you with, because this is just one session, so I can't give you too much, but stay with me and get whatever you need, okay? So number 1, your thoughts. You need to learn to be with yourself. Do you know how many people cannot handle being with themselves? They want a relationship not because they love the person, it's because they don't want to be alone. If I am in a marriage because I don't want to be alone, that marriage is serving me. It's self-seeking. It will never come into its fullness. Because love is not self-seeking. Are you with me? When you don't know how to be with yourself, you make lots of friends. None of them are really your friends, because you're their friend only because you don't want to be alone. You never chose them. You just don't want to be alone because you don't like being with yourself. This problem is going to become massive this year, next year, the year after that. As the metaverse starts coming and new realms start opening up, people won't know how to be with themselves. There are people who can't go anywhere without headphones, without music, without podcasts. They can't go anywhere where they have to be by themselves without their phone. People can't spend time by themselves. If you want to win this year, you're going to need to think about this. It's very hard right now because we've all been trained to become addicted to social interaction that is not real. Do you know how to be with yourself? People are waiting at a bus stop. Can't wait for 5 minutes, man. I need my phone. I can't wait for my food for 5 minutes. I need my phone. While I'm eating, I need my phone. While I'm going to the toilet, I need my phone. Before I go to bed, I need my phone. When I wake up, I need my phone. I can't be with myself because I don't like my thoughts. I don't like to sit with me. It's going to be very hard for you this year and next year and the year after to see the things God has for you if you can't deal with this stuff. You need to learn how to be with yourself. Take time out to go sit under a tree with yourself. Go sit in a lake. Go sit in the ocean. Lie on your bed. Look out your window by yourself. Some of you want all these relationships on the outside, but you can't handle yourself. If you can't handle you, how is someone else going to handle you? Come on. This year, this is the year of the inner working. This is the year of the inner self. This is the year of the inner game. If you master the inner game, you will win on the outside. If you master the inner game, you will win on the outside. Even though the world has set itself up to be fake it till you make it, do all the things on the outside. This year, everything's getting exposed. Everything's getting exposed. So you need to learn how to be with yourself. Number one. Number two, learn how to be with God. Do you know how many people I know? I pray. Their prayer life has no interaction. When was the last time you heard from God? When was the last time God showed you something in the book? When was the last time you obeyed him? When was the last time you sat with God and you were just enjoying him in union, not in a church service, not with other people? It's like my relationship with my wife. I don't need other people. I don't need to do it in public. I have enough fun by ourselves. Most people don't develop this and don't know how to develop this. You need to develop this. Be with God in your thoughts. In your thoughts. This affects your thought life. So be with yourself, be with God. And last thing, isolate to consolidate. When good things happen in your day, when good things happen in your week, you need to take time out. Isolate by yourself so that you can consolidate what happened. What do I mean by this? You need a nighttime routine. You need a morning routine. This is where you are with you and God, and that's it. Where you don't waste your time with other things. You need this. Isolation brings consolidation. Jesus would be in the middle of a revival, and then he'd go and be by himself up the mountain. He's consolidating what just happened. But you cannot consolidate if you don't isolate. And if you are a needy person, if you don't understand identity, you don't like to isolate because you got to be with yourself. And you don't like being with yourself. So you can't ever consolidate anything. And you will go from one need to another need to another need. 2022, I need you to promise me that you're going to do something about this. Thought life. Your thought life. You're going to start winning in your thought life. Learn how to be with yourself. Learn how to be with God. And learn how to isolate to consolidate. Very important. Okay. Next, your belief systems. This year, I need you to challenge your beliefs. I need you to challenge your beliefs. Some of you don't understand that Jesus didn't come to bring Christianity. Did he say that? Yes. Some of you don't understand that Jesus did not come on the planet to bring Christianity. Jesus brought a new kingdom. If you read your Bible, you will see that Jesus never said, I am going to set up a building and build a big ministry. He never said that. He never did that. He brought in a new kingdom. You need to study the kingdom. Will you challenge your beliefs? There are a lot of people who don't know how to meditate, even though the Bible tells us to meditate over and over and over again. Maybe you think meditation is dodgy. Will you challenge your beliefs? There are people that think being poor is holy. You can't show me that in the Bible, right? Poverty is not in the Bible. Prosperity is. And you know, some people, they go, oh, the prosperity gospel, What are you saying? There is no such thing as the prosperity gospel. There are people who manipulate people, who cheat people. There are people who lie and scheme to make money, that's not the prosperity. The gospel is prosperous. There is no such thing as the prosperity gospel. We make all this crap up to divide people. The Bible is prosperous. If you don't understand that, you will go through this lifestyle of, oh, I work to make money to provide for my family, but we're always struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. Oh, but glory be to God. And we make up these stories. Will you challenge your beliefs this year? To change and challenge your beliefs, you have to confront them. For some of you, you need to confront your poverty thinking. Some of you, you need to confront your orphan thinking. Some of you need to confront the fact that God is in all of your life, not in one area. Will you confront your belief system? Lastly, this book is filled with promises. And my Bible says that in him, in Jesus, all promises are yes and amen. Yes and amen. Will you upgrade yourself with the word? That's what you got to do this year. You're going to have to learn how to upgrade yourself with the word. The Bible is not a story book. It's a reality check. And the Bible gives you access. It shows you the things you have access to in Jesus. Lastly, the actions. You're going to have to do the reps. Do you know that you can't change your actions in one day? You're going to have to do the reps. It takes practice. It takes repetition. Repeated action becomes your new default system. This is how athletes can take a 3-point shot with their eyes closed. This is how Steph Curry can shoot a 3-pointer and close his eyes because he has just repeated. This is how you have a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan. This is how you have anybody become great at what they do. They just do the reps. This is how muscle is built. If you don't do the reps, you won't build the muscle. Will you start doing the reps in 2022, or are you just going to be a talker, faker, pretender? Right? So one of the ways you start getting good at that is you make plans and you follow through. What do I mean by that? This week, I am going to run 5 miles. I'm going to run 3 miles. Boom. Follow through on it. This is how you build integrity. This week, I am going to remove certain things from my life, remove certain relationships. This week, I'm going to spend 5 minutes in the morning connecting with the Father. This week, I'm going to spend 5 minutes in the morning with myself. This week, I'm going to separate myself from social media and limit my... Whatever it is for you, you need to make a plan and follow through. The last thing, you need to learn how to become a trainer. A trainer. I don't mean train other people. I mean train yourself. There are people who want to train other people, never train themselves. They don't want to train themselves. They want to train other people. You're going to have to learn how to train yourself. What do I mean by train? When it comes to transformation, you can either learn or you can train. And there are many people that learn. All of Christianity right now has conditioned us to be learners. We go on Sunday, we learn a sermon, we learn some things. Learning, knowledge just sits in there. Training requires application. When you become somebody that trains, you start to use what you're learning. So this year, I need you to commit that you're going to become a trainer, someone that trains, not just someone that learns. This year, I need you to commit to that you're going to be one that takes action, one that moves. Like, let me give you an example, okay? I just spent 40 minutes giving you gold. Right? I'm a coach. I have one-on-one clients. I have business clients who pay me good money. Right? And then I do discipleship stuff for free. And then I do these kind of videos. This is free content, but it's the same gold. And I just spent 40 whatever minutes giving this. And there'll be maybe 400 people that listen to this. But who is going to actually train with what I said and apply it? Small percentage. My prayer is that this year you will step from the bigger percentage, from the crowd into the minority. From the majority into the minority, that you this year will become an action taker. That's my prayer, because the kingdom of God needs you to step up, needs you to stand up this year. All right. So I hope you got something from this morning, and I want to give you homework. Set yourself an action plan for this week. Set yourself up an action plan for this week. What are you going to change? What are you going to do? What are you going to move? All right. What are you going to move out of your life? What are you going to move into your life? What are you going to move through? I need you to set up an action plan for this week, okay? I'm going to end with this, all right? 3 things that I believe you must do this year. Get a coach or a mentor. Go get a coach or a mentor. Get somebody who can take you to your next step. These are things I had to learn. So I got coaches that were too far ahead for me. So they didn't know how to take me to my next step. They didn't know how to bring me into my breakthrough. They just told me where they were at, and I wasted a lot of money doing things the wrong way. So I'm here to help you. When you get a coach who can take you to your next step. Get a mentor who can take you to your next step. That's number one. Number two, get in a community. You need to be around other people. You won't find someone who's obese having best friends who are all healthy and lean. You don't find somebody who's broke having best friends or a community of people who are all millionaires. The community you keep, the companions you keep, Proverbs says, the companions you keep will determine your destiny. Get a community, join a community, get around other people that are moving, get around other people that are seeing the kingdom expand in and through them. The last thing you must do this year is go all in. You can't hold back, guys. You can't hold back. Jesus said you must lose your life to gain your life. What is that? You need to go all in. You need to go all in. You can't hold back anymore. In 2022, as things get bumpy in the world, the people that are trying to hold on to things are going to have a rough time. They're going to have a rough time. You're going to have to learn how to go all in. 3 things I need you to do this year. Get a coach or a mentor, join a community, and go all in. So I'm going to wrap up. Last thing, just in terms of what I'm saying. If you're ready to move, you liked what you heard, and you're like, I don't know where to find a coach. I don't know where to find a community. Hi, I'm Joseph Wilson. I've been doing this for a few years. I'll walk with you, and I guarantee you your life is going to shift. Okay? You can find the link in the bio. You can DM me, right? Whatever it is, let's move. I also love to just hear feedback. So if you got something from the session, just DM me anyway. Just let me know. I'd love to know what happened for you. I love encouragement. Just like I like to give encouragement, I like to get encouragement. I'd love to hear from you what you got from this morning, okay? So find a coach. You might want to join our community. We have a community called Royal Hybrids. The goal of that community is to develop people into a place where they don't get their identity from anything in this world. They're good at what they do. They're great at what they do. They're good with their families. They know how to operate in finances. They look after their body. They're strong in their mind. They have a holistic life. That's what I'm doing in our group coaching. Royal Hybrids. They grow in every area of their life, and they step into their God purpose, right? Their God-given assignment. So you might want to join us for a season, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's my coaching group that I've made really affordable so that we can have a minority start to grow. So that's me. All right, DM me. I'd love to hear from you. Or click the link. Check out what we're doing, Royal Hybrids. It's also in the caption on Facebook. And I just want to wish you all the best. I pray that this year you will actually step into everything that God has for you. There is more to your life than you realize, but there is more that you have to step into than you realize currently. So love you lots. That's my first Instagram live. I hope it went well. All right. And Facebook guys, love you lots. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Faith and patience. Faith and patience. Patience means allow it to happen. Stay the same. Stay persistent. Keep going. Faith, know that it can happen at any moment. Get excited because it can happen at any moment. You were so close. Don't quit now. Keep pushing. You got this.